Hello, welcome to another TFTV cast. I'm Marxist here with Getawhale.
Hello.
We'll be casting the inaugural CEVO match from CEVO-Main between the Meat Market and the new AG team that'll be in CEVO's main division now. A little bit of history on the Meat Market. I'm pretty sure the AG team is a new construct that's been born of the fires of CEVO-Main. So we'll see how that all boils out. It's the, I believe, third place ESEA Open team on par with this new main, and we'll see how they get going here.
Yeah, absolutely. Meat Market is a team that you and I casted last season in the ESEA League, and they did fantastic in that. And yeah, I mean, this is CEVO. This is a whole new ballgame. This team is called Unagi, this AG team. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not realizing it's from some anime or something, I apologize. But it should be an interesting match to watch because CEVO is still very new and people are still sort of feeling out, some of these teams. And definitely Unagi, not one we know much about.
Yeah, I mean, the players have been around for a little while. Most previous IM like Rex. I think Nuna may have been there for a little bit.
Yeah,
I think
people
Rex
know
was
Nuna's
there
name.
last season.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuna ran newbie mixes for a little while, so that's probably what he's best known for if you're on the lower end of the totem pole of competitive experience and you happen to be watching.
Yep. But, we are going to be starting off playing on this Gullywash map here. Neither of these guys played any preseason matches, and so there's very little to go on at all. There was one forfeit win, I think, for one of them, and that was it. Not a lot of preseason was played in CEVO, but we are excited, and we're going to be hopefully bringing a whole lot of this CEVO action to you guys from the main and open divisions on Team Fortress TV all throughout the season. 2 matches a week, Marxist. 2!
Yeah, they took a page from the ESEA book, and we're doing the 2 matches a week thing. I liked having 16 matches in a season. Gave you a little bit of forgiveness. Maybe you had a bad night or somebody couldn't make it. Sometimes it made that a lot less of a factor in how your overall standings looked compared to an 8 or 9 week season. So that'll be cool. And prize pot at the end for CEVO as well. Now that'll be fun. See how that all boils out. I should note that the STV looks fine now. We're doing it through some special sort of new age thing that Papa Fog set up, so hopefully it holds together. I think we'll be good, though. And we have the illustrious truktruk on camera, so we know that won't be a problem.
Best in the biz. It's not, I know there are people in the chat who are Euros, and the idea of going through a relay, they'll tell you it's not new. We've been doing that in Europe forever, but it's a good thing, so we're going to have no server problems or shenanigans or anything like that. Nobody can come ruin the fun. We should have a real good match right now as the teams are just still warming up here and getting psyched to go.
Yeah, I suppose we could talk a little bit about the rosters. I'll give you the first pick. Since
First pick?
I believe I know most of these guys. Give me a pred, too, when you're done.
All right, well, I can talk about the Meat Market guys because we cast them last season, Marxist, you and I. Obviously, Bro King, a name a lot of people know. Bro King playing Soldier. Yeegs, still there. Cheesy MacGyver still there as well, the other scout. Zen is going to be playing on Soldier, and actually I was looking at a description. I think that he's playing Pocket, I believe. I was reading it earlier. I'll have to bring it back up. That could not be right. Hivemind is going to be their demo, though. And waiting on their 6th, who I believe is going to be Lydia.
Yeah,
playing the medic
Lydia.
class.
They claim that she's on the way there in the stream chat, or not stream chat, the in-game chat. So hopefully we'll get started on that soon. But I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Do you have a pred?
Do I have a pred? I would say that just based alone on the fact that I don't know much about the Unagi team. I'm being told it's Unagi in chat. Thanks, Twitch. I don't know much about them, and I know how great Meat Market are. I've got to predict that it's going to be Meat Market pulling this one, but it's hard to say. I'm watching warm-ups right now, and there's a lot of good DM on the AG side. I know that you're going to predict AG just to be contrarian to me. That's how it goes, right?
Sometimes. So
yeah, do you want to talk about their roster, the Unagi squad?
yeah, so on Unagi right now we've got Jod. I'm pretty sure Jod's been around for a little while. I don't know that much about him, however, he's on demo. We've got, I believe, Nuna and Tech9 on Scout. Tech9, I believe, started around like ESEA Season 11, I think, and he played a lot of CS prior to that, if I'm thinking of the right person. Pretty good DM on Scout. Pretty interesting voice, too, if I've got the right person in mind. Nuna, the newbie mix guy, he's been here, there, and around for a while as well, so the scouts on that team will be, I would say, a lot of MGE type time put in, especially on Tech's side with his CS experience. You have Rex. I believe he'll be playing some kind of soldier, probably Pocket maybe. Rex played in Intermediate a few seasons ago, took a little time off, and off of the Demo Man class, it looks like. And then Case, who has also been quite a good roamer, here, there, and around, which is why I assume he'll be roamer. And then you got Radium, making his CEVO-Main debut here. He's been around for a little while. I've done a little mentoring with Radium, and that's why, despite my personal preference, for the purposes of this cast, I'll be predicting in favor of AG because Radium is gonna show him the monkey suit medic skills.
I see how it goes, and you keep his royalties then too. You get all the credit for doing the mentoring, right?
Well, I didn't exclusively mentor him. I didn't like watch every single demo he ever played, but we met up from time to time, so a little preference for the guy.
It's cool. I want to make a little correction and actually a shout out to our man London Calling, who did up a really great preview of the CEVO season. I said that Zen was Pocket, I think, but he's actually the roamer, and that's right in the guide, and I should have known that. So shout out to London, who corrected me. London, a great caster and great dude, and follows a lot of these teams. London knows everything, I think, about these players and teams. He's a smart dude.
Yeah, London's been writing the articles for a little while. He even did it before anybody even really noticed. He'd kind of been researching. I figured Zen would play roamer because he's been in groups of people who talk about people who are in open. Zen has been a name that has come up quite a bit. So good to see him in CEVO-Main, and we'll see if he gets himself going here. Oh, there's Liddy coming in the server. Yeah. So if we're lucky, we won't have to play word games or I Spy, and they'll just start playing the video games.
But there's no problems with word games at all. We get to talk about the people that we mentor, you know, and she's saying, sorry for the wait, the website is impossible to navigate.
It is better than it was.
Yeah, the internet, I mean, at times is hard to... Maybe that just means the internet is tough. Tech tagging up his full name, Tech Nasty. Some people in chat weren't happy that you called out Tech9. I guess we got some Tech Nasty fans in Twitch chat.
Tech Nasty.
Yeah,
well,
let's get preds then from people.
Such is life.
That is. I mean, if you guys think that AG is going to take it, the Unagi team, let us know. Give us your preds in chat. Tell us who you think is going to win, as we should be getting set to start any moment here.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get going. Apologies to Tech Nasty there. I know who Tech Nasty is. I don't know as much about Tech Nasty, but yeah, he's a guy that's been around for a little while as well. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to start Getawhale. There are GLHFs and stream snipe warnings. I think this is live now.
Yeah, we're live.
Sure.
I don't think there's any of this 3-2-1 triple fake into it like the other leagues, so let's get going.
Resets. I'll let you take away the first mid, Getawhale.
Well, I'm watching Jod here on this mid, who grabbed his pack and he's trying to shut down this choke area here. Jump in, though, both soldiers at once, and down goes Jod. That was, looked like Meat King and Meat Zen, so they're changing up their tags. That's Bro King, I'm sorry. Give that first mid to the meat market pretty convincingly.
Yeah, and Radium goes down really late, so that's gonna hurt. He tried to get out, tried to do the right thing, got caught. The meat market chased him down with fury, and ended up grabbing that medic frag that they wanted so bad. So now we're going to have a real heavy last defense. Nunon, Angie, Tech Nasty on the heavy.
Wow, they're
Uber's
not
going to
waiting.
come right in.
They're not messing around. Meatmarket wants to grab this first round before, maybe before Unagi even knows what happened. And Unagi a real good defense right now, holding down the lower, especially the demo and those soldiers. But 2 left up. Meatmarket snags it.
Yep, so that'll give us our first round of the CEVO season, I believe.
Yeah, real quick, take it away, Marxist.
So I'm going to go ahead and watch myself some Bro King here at this mid, if I can actually find him. There he is. Tagged up his Meat King, going to come out of the lower. Waiting, probably going to get himself a little bit of counter jump. You know, yeah, he gets counter jump.
Wow.
He's down on the ground. Zen goes down as well. Rex is taken out by Cheesy MacGyver, who also gets cased. Probably going to get himself maybe a 3rd kill. No, that was Yeegs there. So now we got 3v3. Med does go down
Wow,
in
nice
Radium.
job.
So
That was
nice,
Broking,
nice
I think.
play.
Broking picking out the medic, and I've got to say what I'm seeing, looking over sort of the battlefield from up above, is that the team playing the most aggressively on these mids is definitely this Meat Market team. I mean, they're not kidding around. They're coming right out. They're taking the height, and they're crossing battle lines. And I don't know if Unagi, I don't know if they're just like trying to figure out how to play this so far, or if they're a little hesitant or what, but Meat Market's coming straight out of the gate, not waiting for anyone.
Yeah, that's been when they were in open last season. That was kind of their MO. They've actually dipped in behind now. They're in lower lobby. Scout chasing down Jod. That was Yeegs. The combo has a combo behind them. So this is bad situations for Radium, and he's going to go down. Rex will go down as well. Nuna is going to get himself a med pick, but 2's going to go down. And we're going to have Radium coming up with a little tiny bit of Uber advantage here, about 6 seconds worth if his team comes to get him.
Yeah, we'll see how the healing goes. If he can get healing quick, right now he's got about, it'll be about 10%. But that's if that lasts this long. I mean, Meat Market could easily just come right in here. I wouldn't put it past them.
They do get 2 quick picks, so this is that testy time here, where we're going to see if AG wants to try to push this out, because this is pretty much their best chance. Then they may end up with Uber here on 2nd. Meat Market seems to be kind of at a loss what to do. They're just spamming a little bit. But AG not really getting a lot of traction there. Tech Nasty is going to go down. Cheesy MacGyver gets Rex too, so that's the end of that. And this is going to put Radium in a really dangerous situation, because this frees up Meat Market's people to be able to go suicide him real quick.
Heavy's up just in time here. I don't know if it's going to make a big difference though. They got to get a lot of picks, and they're 3 up. Unagi not looking very good here on this defense, and can the respawns get out in time as Uber's popped here? They're trying to go with the Uber versus Uber and block the point a bit. Heavy's in again. Heavy's going to go down, and Meat Market takes a 2nd one in a row. And remember, familiar format here. We're going to 5 points. It is 1st to 5.
Yeah, halftime at 3, I would believe. Maybe 4. I'm not certain about that. My apologies.
Yeah, we'll see. But
we'll find out.
We'll see how HiveMind now plays this, and watch for this Meat Market team to play this really aggressively, although HiveMind way hurt and has to back out a little bit. I think, look at this. Unagi coming right out. They knew they had to win this mid, and so their aggression coming out right back in return. Although they lost their medic, and we still have Lydia.
Yeah, not HiveMind, but Zen went really hard on Radium there on that mid, and got himself the early mid pick, which usually gives you kind of a loss on mid because the medic doesn't really do all that much at the start of a mid. Yeah. So it turns out for the Meat Market at the end of the day, but you know, it's a little testy strategy. He did use his 4 rockets to get himself a med pick though, but that's going to leave Liddy with Uber advantage, and we should just see a quick push into last here. Even though it is Gully Wash and notoriously difficult to push last, we do have Nuna and Tech Nasty on off classes as well, so we got the double util defense.
Level 3 about to go up, and there's the level 3, so we'll see if that makes a difference, or if they just blow through this, and the push is coming right in. Soldier leading the way, and holding up on that upper area there, the gun still up, and we'll see if that gun actually I don't know, that might have been the difference maker, although the defense was played real well by the Unagi combo, and they're going to maybe be able to re-push this out.
Yeah, I don't think Meat Market thought that AG had Uber yet there. They didn't behave the way you would with the other team had Uber. We're going to see Bro King go down, and a little bit of Zen jumping around in circles, too. But no frags yet for Meat Market, and I think this is pretty much a done deal on second, and if this cap goes down, we're going to see mid be a done deal, too. It's pretty hard to hold this when you're 2 down.
It can be. Now, the Ubers are just about equal, but we'll see. Is there going to be a med pick, or are they both going to get their Ubers? A lot of aggression coming out of Unagi. Bomb in, was going for the medic, but down goes Rex, so that's a failure. The scout now picks him out, and that's Liddy going down. And that's a big med pick, and about to get Uber is the Unagi team, if they can keep their med up. They get forced, but still, I mean, they want to get this cap if they can, and that midpoint does not cap too quick. It's a bit of a slow point.
Well, on the bright side, it's about as fast as second is. So,
well, there you go.
At the end of the day there, they really didn't want to... Radium didn't really want to use that Uber there, but they traded their Uber for 5 frags, and at the end of the day, that's a pretty solid trade.
Yeah, and look now at the Meat Market, who've decided they want to go crits, and they're going to bank on this crits. The question is, are they going to keep their medic up, or are we going to see a real quick push into last from Unagi? I don't know if we'll see the soft push. Or maybe we will. Here they come in. Demo seems really aggressive, wants to chomp at the bit here, but still waiting here for the push.
Yeah, they knew they had Yeags down real low, so they wanted to see if they couldn't get that frag, I think. And then they just peeked in a little bit. The crits is going to come, and it looks like it's going to be on Broking in lower lobby. Is it going to come out?
There it is!
Radiant and Jod's down. So
Played to
Broking,
perfection.
hero of the hour for his team there. They do lose Liddy, but they're going to wipe. That's a wipe on AG, so we'll see that point go down, Getawhale.
Yeah, recap going to go down, and so sticking now, obviously, with the crits Krieg. Or no, going back, sorry, I misspoke. It's going to go back to the Medigun now, is Liddy. So we're going to have Uber v Uber, and actually that might be a slight advantage for Radium, although Radium's hurt, and he's been feeling a lot of pressure all throughout this match. There have been a lot of aggressive plays going after Radium, haven't there?
Yeah, it feels like to me, just from the top down, it seems like AG's they hesitate a little bit before they do things, and that could be a sign that they're a newer team. But that ends up with Radium taking a lot of damage he shouldn't be taking, especially given how aggressive Meat Market is. They do lose Hive Mind, so that gives them a window on AG. Case is on the point now.
Liddy went down. Liddy got picked just then by Case, so that works out. A lot of med picks, I guess, on both sides. I don't know. I mean, that's the perfect thing for Unagi to do, isn't it? Take that aggression and just mirror it right back. Because right now, Radium has his Uber, and Unagi looking good.
Yeah, if you're ever in doubt as to what to do and the other team is just out-aggressing you, one way to counter it is to just copy what they're doing and hope that it turns out.
Works out, and now look at Red switching back to the Crits Krieg again, and so Lydia, I guess, hoping that this little exchange here goes all right. I mean, if I'm Lydia right now, I want to hold way back. They've got to be expecting this Uber through the choke any second. And here it comes. Real early pop, jumping in, just going straight for the medic. Way up above, going for Liddy. Oh, but they picked the soldier. Liddy gets out somehow. They're going to get back, and oof. It was a fantastic try. They almost picked out the med, but not quite. But they are going to be able to come into last now. But here comes the crits! It's broken again!
Gets
only
Radium
got the one,
yeah. Radium is the important kill there. It's only Jod spamming from choke. So that's a done deal on second. Really good use of the defensive crits. You don't see that very often. It takes a lot of confidence to run it, because if it doesn't work, you lose the round.
It absolutely does, but it's worked great twice in a row, and it's real great actually by Liddy. Kind of just a suicide crits, because going down on both of those crits is so you lose your medic, but you get the trade at least, and they're going to stick with the crits Krieg now as they hold around their own second.
We're probably going to see a situation where a marginal advantage comes out from Meat Market. Then we're going to see how they use this crits, because I don't think they're going to hold it through waiting on Radium to do something. They do have the advantage of surprise, because it would be unusual to go crits in this situation, especially given how close the Ubers are. But it looks like we're going to give it to Hive Mind down a lower.
Crits watch, here it comes, any second. They pop.
Yeah,
the Uber comes in retaliation, so no picks at all, and real aggressive defense. Unagi doing the perfect play here. They have two soldiers behind them, though. Both soldiers for Meat Market stay down mid. They get cleaned up pretty quick, and so this has to be the time now for Unagi to come right in and see what they can do at second. They need to cap this.
Yep, this is a done deal, pretty much, unless somebody goes absolutely bananas. We do have Eags getting Case up from up top with a little bit of pistol action. But I think that'll pretty much be it. Yeah, that's Cheesy MacGyver is going to get bombed out by Jod using those stickies to his advantage.
Liddy is at 90% on crits, and so crit watch again. We're going to take this right out in a second. Here goes. They need to cover a lot of ground, though. It's as they're maybe real smart here by
There's a back
cap,
back cap. That's it. 2-1.
Wow, and just like that, that's why they were holding back, because they were doing a sneaky snake move.
Yep, the replays come out. They go through big door. They don't like what they see. They take a long time, and then they get back kept.
Yeah. Want to take this one?
So, yep. So we got a lower-sided mid coming out for the Meat Market again. A little bit of counter jumping trying to be executed on mid, but no damage really going down. Case and Tech Nasty now finally go out. And that's probably a done deal. Radium is out. So this is coming back with a vengeance as Meat Market. So this mid, much different from the last. And, well, I mean, they won the last mid, but this one was definitive. Or decisive, I guess. And we're going to see Radium come up now. We'll see the off classes come, because I would wager at least a couple of pennies that we're going to see Meat Market push in real quick, especially with Case just going down. Case tried to make him a little bit of a play or do something at least, but he goes down. So this Uber's going to come straight in on the last.
Second not even capped yet. They're going to hopefully get that cap in time, but you can't chip away on last until that cap finish. It's still going.
Yeah, well, they've got 3 picks.
Yeah, that's 3. Still finding out the medic goes down, so no heals, but it's not going to matter as all of Unagi goes down, and we're looking at 3-1. The Meat Market.
And we're seeing good halves come out, so that would be a 3-round half. And, yeah, that was a guaranteed deal. If you decimate a team on mid like Meat Market did, you ought to be pushing last before second is done, because you've got 6 players, so you may as well, especially because they're respawning out of order. So you don't want them to get their gun and their heavy and their pyro and their sniper all in their perfect little spot where they want to be. You want to rush in there and disrupt things and get easy picks, and that's exactly what Meat Market did.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out here, Marxist, what the big difference was between these two teams in this first half. Biggest one I can think of, really, is it just the mids? The aggressiveness on those mids. Has that been the biggest thing to you, do you think?
Yeah, the mids definitely play into how this is going overall. Meat Market's playing pretty much for the most part a right-sided aggressive mid-strat pretty much every time, and AG's not dealing with it particularly well. So we'll see if they opt for doing something different. If they're having their little powwow right now, what you'll see a lot of teams do that are having right-sided mids beat them up as badly as Meat Market's doing, is you'll see them kind of sit on the ground and then try to trick the other team into going to the wrong side, or you'll maybe see a team go through choke every now and again, or have people doing drop-down plays. So we'll see if we get some of that from AG, especially, you know, Rex and Case could pull off something like that. They've been around long enough. They're probably they're reading through their book of ye old book of gully walk tricks, and they're trying to figure out how to make these mids a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, we already have one little sneaky back cap, so we might have some, I don't know, some little alternative strategies on the mids, who knows. One thing that's impressed me as well is I mean, the main explosive classes have been putting out tons of damage, but a lot of good cleanup by the scouts. The scouts on both teams actually have been doing really well in terms of cleanup and doing their jobs quite well, both near the tops of their scoreboards.
Indeed, pretty solid game from scouts. It's a lot of the newer meta. You don't see scouts kind of rushing in as much as you used to. So a little more passive, and especially on a team like Meat Market that pays huge dividends because Broking is so aggressive.
Yep.
With how he plays, so it helps keep Liddy alive.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of these scouts are playing real tight with their medic, which is real smart, and just playing real passive defensive and just really protecting the medic. But like I say, when it comes to cleaning up the kills, especially on these mids, that's where I've been seeing the scouts the most.
Yep, and well, another thing I'm looking for in the second half is how often will the Meat Market go to crits, because they had quite a bit of success in bad situations.
Yeah.
And AG kind of let it happen, except for the time that they got the back cap in round 3, I believe it was. They called that one and knew what to do. So maybe it was just a little bit of shock. Teams typically don't run crits all that much, especially in the situations they were running it. So hopefully now maybe they'll be a little bit more on their toes and they won't let Meat Market get away with crits murder.
Yeah, apparently one of the players went to get a beer, and so if you're over 21, maybe you guys can do that as well, only if you're only over 21. We want to thank everyone for joining us
unless
here on
you're
Team
a Euro.
Fortress. Oh yeah, unless you're a Euro. I mean, who knows? There's different ages. I mean, here it's not 21, it's 19 here in Newfoundland, Canada. So I mean, it's just a little different. Yeah, I just wanted to say, guys, thanks for joining us here for this CEVO action on teamfortress.tv. My name is Getawhale, and his name is Marxist, and we're having a good time here so far, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. A little bit of back and forth. Kind of, Meat Market tends to look very dominant, but AG has put points on the board, and they've held it together fairly well. They're just like they gotta read down that trick list, and if they find one that works, I think they could make this a really good game.
Yeah, I think open up the playbook and see what you got in there and bring out all the stops. But I think they've been a pretty formidable opponent, certainly for this Meat Market team. Meat Market, who were so dominant last season in the ESEA Open Division. Unagi, I think a little bit, maybe shell-shocked coming out of the gate, but they've definitely turned it on, and they definitely have the aggressiveness and the skill to take a few rounds back. And so we're just getting ready to start the second half any moment here. And we'll see if they can do just that. Again, we do play to 5 points. So far, 3 of those belong to the Meat Market team. Looks like they're getting going any second here.
Yeah, GLHF coming out from the cheesy, and we're getting that reset going here. So I will give you the inaugural mid here from our second half.
Inaugural mid. Well, I'm watching John from AG because I want to see what Unagi is going to do to take this mid, and they're coming up right side again. I mean, they're playing it the same way that they have for a lot of this, and sitting back a little bit, although the soldiers now come right up, and they're just kind of hugging that right side, a little bit like you talked about, but they're going to have a soldier behind them. Oh, no! Oh, the soldier picks out Radium! And we talked about tricks, and there you have it. Drop down soldier strat, and there you have a med pick. Give it to Meat Market.
Yeah, Meat Market actually went into their trick book and came up with some new tricks as well.
You called it.
So we know how that the halftime talk went. So we're in another situation where we're probably most definitely going to see the Meat Market rush in here. There is a hiding soldier. Nobody's seen him. He's hiding above the shutter door. Pretty sure that's Case. And now he's caught out. So they went Riverside. Case is caught out. Definite Uber timing here. They do have Nuna and Tech Nasty on off classes, Pyro and Heavy respectively.
Here we
Uber
go.
comes in
Real early, and let's see how they fight this out. I think they want to clean this up, but the Pyro doing pretty good work there, actually. That was Nuna before he went down, but looking real good now, and it is Meat Market taking number 4 out of 5. We're looking at potential match point here.
Yeah, we're pretty much on match point for if you're on AG. Can't give up another one here.
Yeah, take it away, Maestro.
We'll see if Meat Market goes on a little bit more of its spree here. Saw AG at least got a little bit not as harassed at the start here. So we see both teams going up to their respective right sides. You see the mid kind of boil down now into these right side mids where whoever dies first loses, and that's going to be AG this time. Just trying to get out. Oh, gets snagged by the scattergun of Yeegs. Radium does survive though, so that makes second at least tentative. We'll see. No one dies on Meat Market there, so they're going. Yeah, they're definitely going to get second. No hero play is going to come out. Radium does have Uber from last. So that gives them at least a little bit of an option, and Goalie Wash is hard to push, so hopefully we'll see it we'll see this hold out.
They're not going to wait. We can't even barely finish our sentences here, and Meat Market's going to go ahead and push right in, I think. They certainly haven't been waiting on their pushes much, but they do know that they're up against an Uber. And all we have on the other side is we have that big heavy, no craziness, no NGs or anything like that, but look at this. Unagi kind of forced Nation. They get the force. Great job there. That was Rex who got the force for AG. And they're going to chase them right out of here. But Soldier jumping for last. Ooh, and they could chip away on this last point here. They got to clean that up, and they do. I got to really hand it to Rex, who getting that force in on the Liddy. That was a big deal, but here comes the repush. And this repush looking real good.
The repush is pretty devastating. And now it's just a Scout and a Soldier doing all that they can. Case up on the right side. Ooh. Scout goes down. Tech Nasty on the point, and that is that. The Meat Market will take their first CEVO match of the season.
They pulled it, and in pretty convincing fashion. There were a couple Preds 5-1, and that is how it finally goes down, is 5-1, with the Meat Market picking up the victory. And you know, I mean, just unfortunate for Unagi. I know a lot of times when you're getting beaten every mid over and over again, you can really get down and you start to play maybe a little more tentative and hesitantly. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, losing your confidence mid-match can be really devastating, and you see it happen time and time again. The joke used to be when you would go to halftime, if you were losing, you would type in, if the halftime were a little long, you would type in chat, "Do you feel yourself losing momentum yet?"
Definitely works.
So that can happen quite a bit. The mids there towards the end, AG was more or less trying to do the right thing, where both teams just go right, and then you kind of just have this little spam fight, and it turned out that Meat Market came out on the higher end of that. That's one way to react to it. It didn't go down in their favor. Yeah,
and I mean, you know, Unagi, I can't say they fully gave up, because they were certainly trying. I mean, they were really trying on those last. I mean, they didn't just give up and lie down. They certainly wanted to do this, and I think at halftime they were probably thinking, okay, let's get out there and pick up a couple of rounds. But in the end, this Goalie Wash map, the mids are a little more important than maybe some other maps.
But sometimes indeed.
Yeah, but that's how it goes down, 5-1.
So I imagine we'll be wrapping up here, since it's not a super cool playoff match. We'll probably won't do a little interview here. So I'll give you the time to shout out. Getawhale, I know you've been casting a lot, so probably running a little low on the shout out list, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm running out. I don't have too many shout-outs. Shout out to Kurt, who's the best due to production this evening. He's best in the biz. And shout out to you, Marxist. You rule. If people want to find me, I got my little Twitch. I do little things. But nothing as good as these casts. I'm glad that we are kicking off the CEVO coverage. And hopefully we'll be doing a lot more of these right here on Team Fortress TV. I had a blast.
So I think Fog may have linked us stats while we go there. Do you want to?
Let's look at that.
We'll count your shoutouts as done.
Okay, I'm fair with that. Good enough.
Unless you think of some more, we'll look at this, because this was one of the things that CEVO promised. Was like integration of sizzling stats, so it'll be pretty cool. So let's see what we can see. I'm looking at them right now. Unfortunately, my internet's really bad, so I don't know if they're up on stream yet.
Well, I've got one big thing that stands out to me, and it's under the med picks category, and it's a number 8, and it belongs to Bro King, and we can chalk those up to those crits. Had a monster 5.0 KAD, which is kind of unbelievable, but again, a lot of that was the crits, and you got to give half of that credit to Liddy for coming out with those crits, and really just playing them really well. I think they pretty much all worked. Mixing it up just just right. Not too much, not too little. Just right. Sticking with the regular Medigun when it was appropriate.
Yeah, and it looks like our Banny of the Match award actually goes to Bro King as well, with his 389 DPM, outdamaging his own demo, getting more med picks than his roamer.
Wow.
And also top fragging in the server. So pretty much Bro King 101 must really like a gully wash.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking at the medic stats as well. Liddy popped off a few more Ubers, but again, that's crits is building a little quicker. There were no Uber drops across the board, so really Radium and Liddy both played fantastically. I've got to say, they both seem very smart and they have very good movement. Both top-notch medics.
Yep, I didn't really see anything out of the medic play that influenced things one way or another.
No, but just solid. I mean, that's a good thing. You only notice the mistakes, There was no crazy jukes or drives, but I think that these medics were smart in their positioning, and that's something you don't always see or notice, but you can see it. No Ubers dropped, through 6 rounds by either one.
And unfortunately, no DPM, so no crossbow snipes were attempted this day. But pretty solid game all around for Meat Market. You could see that in a 5-1. Nobody dropping below 200 DPM. And almost double-digit frags for everybody except Zen. Wow, wow. But he's the roamer, so things happen.
Wow, wow. I mean, the Meat Market, they're just continuing on. Wasn't that long that they were playing in that other league, and they're just kind of continuing that thing they do. A couple new members, granted. Their lineup has changed a little bit from what they were running previously, but I've seen good things out of this Unagi squad, and I think if they play together and get a few more matches under their belt, I think they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of potential to do stuff in this division.
Yeah, we got to give it a little time to gel. Plus, they'll get exposed to some really good teams, so that always kind of tempers you in the fire. If you're statted out, Getawhale, I'll go ahead and wrap up, unless you got anything else.
I got nothing else. Just want to thank all the viewers, and want to remind you guys, just stick around for any casts that we may have. 2 matches a week in CEVO, and so we look forward to seeing y'all for all those matches. That's about it for me. Thanks to Kurt and thanks to Marxist.